Welcome back, focused learners. Let's just jump right into today's explainer because honestly, I am incredibly excited to have you here for this one. We're going on a journey way, way beyond our modern understanding of the universe, straight into the ancient mechanics of the cosmos. Today, we're looking at a deeply fascinating piece of ancient cosmology, Enoch's vision of heavenly realms, specifically drawn from chapter 41 of the Book of Enoch. It's this incredible text that beautifully, seamlessly merges the physical world with strict moral law. But before we dive into the text itself, I want to pose a quick question to you. How exactly did ancient minds explain the universe? Really think about it for a second. Long before we had astrophysics or weather satellites or even the basic theory of gravity, our ancestors looked up at the exact same sky that we do. They saw the rainfall, they saw lightning flash, and watched the moon trace its relentless path across the dark. But they didn't see random atmospheric conditions or cold, lifeless rocks floating in a vacuum. No, they saw absolute purpose. They saw divine machinery and profound, inescapable order. To understand exactly how they mapped out this cosmic order, we've got to look through the eyes of the visionary himself. Listen closely to these ancient words. After this, I beheld the secrets of the heavens and of paradise, according to its divisions. That is exactly how Enoch kicks off his grand cosmological tour. He's literally pulling back the curtain on the deepest mysteries of existence, showing us a universe that is strictly divided, highly organized, and deeply moral. Section 1, The Secrets of Heaven. Okay, let's dive into this and step right through our first portal into Enoch's cosmic tour. Section 2, Divine Scales of Justice. We're going to start right at the micro level of Enoch's vision here, the ultimate sorting of human morality. See, for Enoch, the architecture of heaven isn't just, fluffy clouds and angels playing harps. It is a meticulously structured system for judgment, and his vision is one of stark, uncompromising contrast. On the left side, we have the habitations of the elect and the holy, total sanctuary. But on the right side, Enoch beholds all the sinners who denied the Lord of glory being forcefully expelled, just dragged away. And what's really fascinating here in the source text is that Enoch explicitly notes there is no punishment proceeding against them from the Lord of Spirits. The separation is so absolute, so structurally hardwired into heaven that they are simply and immediately expelled. It's a strictly binary moral order, no gray areas. And the imagery he uses, it's just so tangible, almost bureaucratic. Enoch literally sees human action as it is weighed there in balances. Good and evil aren't just these abstract concepts floating around in the ether. They have mass. They have actual weight. Your actions are physically placed onto heavenly scales. It's a deeply mechanical view of morality, which actually perfectly sets the stage for the mechanical view of nature that we're going to see next. Section 3, The Machinery of the Elements. Now we zoom out from that moral judgment to the physical universe, exploring Enoch's cosmic weather factory. So if human actions are weighed on scales, how does the rest of the natural world operate? Well, Enoch doesn't see low-pressure systems or the water cycle. Instead, he sees this sheer, incredible catalog of nature. He describes literal wooden receptacles out of which the elements are separated. It's wild. The winds are distributed over the earth from their specific storage places. He sees the exact receptacle of hail, the receptacle of snow, and the receptacles of clouds and dew, noting the specific place where they issue forth and become saturated with the dust of the earth. He's looking at weather not as random meteorology, but as tangible elements, carefully stored in literal wooden vaults, just waiting to be deployed. But among all these receptacles of hail and snow, there is one detail that is just absolutely mesmerizing. Enoch describes seeing the receptacle of the clouds, and then he casually notes the cloud itself, which continued over the earth before the creation of the world. I mean, let that sink in for a second. The crucial point here is that in this ancient cosmology, certain elements of nature are older than the earth itself. This eternal, pre-existing cloud gives the weather a profound sense of ancient, unshakable permanence. Section 4, The Path of the Moon. Now we transition from earthly weather to Enoch's celestial observatory. Let's move to and see how this builds into what is essentially an incredible perpetual motion machine. The moon operates with absolute, disciplined obedience. First, just like the weather, the moon comes from its own receptacles. Second, it adheres to its allotted path before the sun. Enoch specifically notes their unchangeable progress and their observance of a mutual fidelity by a stable oath. Third, it faithfully completes its concealed and manifest paths, day and night. And fourth, it looks toward the Lord of Spirits, magnifying and praising him without cessation. These celestial bodies aren't just, orbiting blindly in space. They are executing a divine command. And this brings us to a beautiful, almost paradoxical definition in the text. Enoch explains that this eternal, undiminished duty of praising without cessation is actually their rest. Literally, praise to them is rest. While we might view continuous, endless motion as totally exhausting, in this heavenly realm, perfectly fulfilling your divine function and magnifying the Creator is the ultimate state of repose. Enoch contrasts this harmonious celestial rest with the sun, noting that in the splendid sun there's frequent conversion to both blessing and malediction. It gives life, sure, but it can also scorch. Section 5. Light, Darkness, and Judgment. Let's bring this tour full circle and look at Enoch's unified cosmic theory. This is where Enoch's vision becomes truly incredible. We've seen the scales of morality, we've seen the wooden receptacles of the weather, and the faithful path of the moon. Now we unite them all into one overarching theory. The moon isn't just a glowing rock in space, and its light isn't just some neutral physical phenomenon. The source text explicitly states that the course of the moon's path brings light and strengthens spirits to the righteous, but to sinners it brings darkness. Think about that. The very physics of the universe actively participate in divine justice. The Lord of Spirits created a division between light and darkness, separating the spirits of men and strengthening the spirits of the righteous. The universe literally reacts differently to you depending on your moral standing. And if there was any doubt at all about who is running this vast, interconnected machine of weather, orbits, light, and morality, Enoch delivers an absolute finality here. Nor does the angel prevent this, neither is he endowed with the power of preventing it, for the judge beholds them all and judges them all in his own presence. There are no intermediaries here. The celestial angels don't have the power to alter the system. The judge directly oversees the entire cosmic and moral mechanism himself, in his own presence. It is a system of absolute, inescapable precision. Which leaves us with a profound thought to end on. How does our modern division between science and morality compare to Enoch's beautifully terrifying unified universe? Today, we separate the two completely, right? The weather doesn't care if you're good or bad. Gravity pulls on the righteous and the sinner equally. But for Enoch and the ancient minds who shared his worldview, the cosmos was a single, unbroken fabric, a universe where moral laws and physical laws were exactly the same thing. I really hope this explainer has given you a vivid glimpse into that incredible ancient mindset. Keep analyzing, keep exploring, and I'll see you in the next one.